Today's lesson is about the past, the present, and the future. So let's take a little bit and talk about each of these things. And we're going to look at this line that I have in the center of the screen. See that red line? That is going to be called a timeline. And a timeline is a line that we put events on in the order that they happened. And this timeline also has three labels. The first one is past, the middle one is present, and the end one is future. Let's start with the present. If something is in the present, it means that it's right now. So it's the way something is at this very moment in time. It's in the present. So let's take a look at a picture of a little boy in the present. So this is a picture of this boy right now. He's probably about the same age you are. Now, what do you think this little boy might look like if we look at a picture of him in the past? Remember, the past is a time before. So maybe a year or two ago, maybe even a day or two ago. Take a guess. What type of past picture might we see of this boy? Were any of your guesses maybe a baby picture? Okay, so notice he's a lot smaller now. This was taken a few years before now, so he's still a little baby at that point. That was the past. Now, future hasn't happened yet. We haven't gotten to the future. We don't know what this boy will look like in 5 or 10 years, but we can take a guess. Let's take a guess what he might look like in the future. Maybe he'll look like this. And maybe he'll still have his hair kind of spiky. He'll look a little bit older. So, present, he's about your age. A picture of him in the past from when he's a baby. And future, we just have to take a guess at because we're not sure yet what the future will be like because the future hasn't happened yet. Let's take a look at some pictures. And you tell me, is this picture from the past? Is it pictured from the present or the future? So first let's look at this phone. What do you think? Is this a phone like the phones you have today in the present? Maybe it's a phone from years ago in the past. Or maybe it's a future phone. It hasn't been created yet. What do you think? Did you say past? If you did, you're absolutely correct. This is a phone that they used to use years ago. So it's a picture from the past. Now let's take a look at another picture of a phone. You might recognize this one. What do you think? Picture from the past, present, or future? Absolutely, that's a picture from the present, from the current time, from the right now. Your moms or dads or brothers or sisters or aunts or uncles might even have a phone that looks like that right now. Let's take a look at another picture. This time let's look at a picture of a car. Is this car a car from the past, the present, or the future? Yes, it's a picture from the past. You probably don't see a lot of these on the road anymore. But you might see them if you go to like an antique car show where they have a lot of cars that people have collected. You might see one of these. Now let's take a look at another really cool car. Take a look at this red flying car. It's pretty neat. Past, present, or future? If you said future, you are absolutely correct. We don't have flying cars yet, but we might someday. So this would be a picture of a car that we might have in the future. That'd be pretty cool to be able to fly everywhere. So remember, present is right now. It's current. Past has already happened. And the future hasn't happened yet.